it's Pam from Starcrafts by Pam, and as promised, I am going to give you a review of the Scrapbook Expo that I went to in Somerset, New Jersey this past weekend. This is my second time going to the expo. I went last year in New Jersey, and one of the main differences from last year to this year is that I took only 3 classes instead of 5. And I went for 2 days instead of just 1 day. So on the first day, which was Friday, I took a card swap class and then I did shopping. And then on the second day, I took a Copic class in the morning, did some shopping. And in the afternoon, I did a Zig Clean Color Real Brush Marker class. This is the Scrapbook Expo show guide for this year. So it tells you what's going on, it tells you what time everything's going on. That's really helpful, especially what time the early birds can come, and then what time you pick up your golden ticket. I didn't win anything this time. I didn't win anything from the golden ticket. I didn't win anything in classes. So nothing exciting on that end. I got a few free things here and there, and I will show you that. They did the keepsake button program again this year, and this year I actually managed to get the I Conquered medallion and lanyard. So this was the lanyard that I got, and it says I love Scrapbook Expo. And then here's the medallion. So it says I Conquered Scrapbook Expo 2015. So what I ended up doing is they had 2 commemorative buttons, the 2015 Scrapbook Expo button and the Somerset, New Jersey button. So I bought both of those. Those didn't count towards my 4 buttons that I need to get. So in order to get these 4 buttons, I had to go to their creativity center and do a project there, and I got this I created button. I'll show you the project I made there. For the I returned, there was a lot of misconception about this. In their book it says that you have to attend more than one expo in 2015 in order to get this one. But as it turned out, and I've heard this last year and this year, that if you've been to the expo before, I guess any year prior or at least the previous year, and you can prove it by showing a ticket or maybe even your buttons or anything, you get the I return button. So fortunate for me, they just kind of went on my word. I said I was here last year. I didn't realize I needed to bring a ticket, and I tried to pull up some photos, and as I was in the process, they just went ahead and gave me the I return button. So I got that one. I got the I learn because I took a class, and then I got I shopped because I spent $150, which if you've been to the Scrapbook Expo, you know that's not very hard to spend $150. So it was pretty exciting to get this year. This will make a nice keepsake. When you earned this, you were able to hit the gong that they had. So the guy was like, you know, if you want to, you can hit the gong. And I was like, of course I'm going to hit the gong. When else would I get a chance to hit a gong? So I hit the gong, and some people clapped, and it was pretty cool. It was exciting. So that was probably one of the most exciting things from the expo this year. So moving on, the Creativity Center I just talked about. There's a floor plan, and it tells you what exhibitors are there. It gives you a layout of the workshops for each day. It tells you what make and takes there are, and whether they're free or cost money and how much they cost. I intended to do make and takes, but because they were pretty busy at all the stations, you probably had to wait around at least 20 minutes to be able to find a seat and sit down. So I didn't end up doing a make and take. I don't really regret it, but The one that I would have really liked to do was the Stamplistic one. They have these cards that they embellish with glitter, and they use a certain type of glue, and it dries clear, and they put the glitter on, and it looks really nice. And that was the only one I really wanted to do, but I did not do that. But I did do the Creativity Center, like I said. There's just some more ads in here. This tells you what you got free in your bag. So once I got there, it seemed like there was a requirement to get the bag. I don't know what it was, because there was a girl that I saw that didn't get one, or she had to get it elsewhere to get one. So, but this is the bag that you got this year, and again, it was sponsored by Consumer Crafts. So it was pretty durable. By the end, I was able to fill it up with everything that I bought and got from the expo. So that shows how durable it is, and 2, that shows that I did pretty well this year and I didn't go overboard, so I have one bag full of items. But inside the bag, when you got it, there is a Spectrum Noir color pencil. So it's one of those watercolor pencils. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with one, but I ended up getting the 083, and I'm not sure what color that is, but that's what I got from that. Again, they put the, is this Pioneer? Yeah, Pioneer glue stick. So I have about 3 of these already from getting them from the expos. If you signed up for 3 or more classes, you got a free gift, and it was this album. So it comes with page protectors and the album. I'm not a scrapbooker, so for me, wasn't really exciting. Last year, I got a one of those Scrapbook Expo mugs, like keepsake mugs, and I still use it to this day. They had those for sale, but I didn't want to buy it. I already have one, and I thought it would have been a lot nicer to get some type of memento for free for signing for classes, not really something like this. But I guess the scrapbookers will like that. While I was waiting in line with the early birds, the vendors always come around with a bunch of coupons and stuff, and then sometimes vendors come around with free products. So I think it was the Scrapbook Expo that provided this Scrapbook and Cards magazine. I haven't really looked at it, but that was cool. And then I unfortunately can't remember which vendor it was, but they came around with this Teresa Collins vintage fine chipboard stickers. I think they're stickers, or it just says chipboard elements, so whatever. But they came around with this, and they were giving that out for free. So that's pretty much it as far as the free stuff. The one memento I decided to get was a t-shirt. I don't have it to show, but basically it just says Scrapbook Expo Junkie, and it's in this blue color. So that was the other keepsake that I did get. So let me start off by showing you what I made at the Creativity Center. You just kind of, there's like a U-shaped sitting area, and then you just either sit down, there's an open spot, or you stand behind a chair so that when that person gets up, then you sit down. So I had ended up getting there kind of close to the beginning of when they were doing this project, and it turned out that once I got to sit down, I did this project as well. So it wasn't really exciting to me. I mean, it's pretty cool how it works out, but honestly, I just did it to get the button so I can get my lanyard. So, but after that, they did some cool projects, but I wasn't going to wait around because I had to wait for about at least 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, just to sit down and do this one. So, this is just a slider card, and there was some company, the Pine Cone Press Design, they were selling these at their booth. So basically you just pull these sides out and it slides right back in. So mine's actually upside down. Yeah, I'm not going to go into explaining that, but whatever. I did the activity just so I could get the free button. The first class that I took was the latest and greatest card swap. So for this class, you had to bring 16 of a card that you designed. You did not have to bring envelopes. I decided to bring envelopes anyway. And then you would prop up your card with your name tag. And what you did is you walked around and looked at everybody's cards, and for the one that you liked, you left a stub at their seat. And so, in the end, the one that had the most stubs ended up winning. So, this was the card I created, and honestly, I made it the night before. I waited till the last minute, and I wish I hadn't, but I did end up incorporating all the themes that they had. They had a thank you theme, they had a fall theme, and then they said a monotone theme, like all the same color or same color family. I don't know, but all these colors go together. So this was the card I made. I used a Close to My Heart stamp. I used Close to My Heart papers, and this will be in a blog post, and I'll have the link below so that you can check that out. And then this is just, these two pattern papers are from a pack that I got from Craftsy.com. They have online card classes, and I got one of their kits, not because I wanted to do the activity that they had a video class to go along with, but because I wanted what was inside, because it came with fall papers, it came with this matching ribbon, it came with some other neat embellishments that all went together. So I just thought of it as a nice collection kit to have. So that's what I started off with as my base, and then I kind of just went from there. And then I actually used the Mojo Monday sketch to design the layout. So these were the cards that I handed out, and I thought, oh yeah, I included my business cards. So because I used Close to My Heart products, I included my Close to My Heart business card, and I included my Stella Crafts by Pam business cards so that people could get that in case they wanted to learn more. And then I had my stamp that I had created for me. This is actually, I made it into a sticker, so I put that on the back as well. So that was my card. The one, actually I'll show you the one that won at the end, so let me pull that out. Alright, so these were the cards that I decided to pick up. So what you got to do is, there were more than 15 people there, maybe about at least 20-25 people, and you got to go around after the winner was chosen, and you got to pick up one of each card for a total of 15. So you can only pick up 15 cards. So you picked up one from each station whose card that you liked. So I tried to get cards that showed different techniques. So like this one has embossing on it, so I decided to get that. This one I just thought was nice because it was plain and simple. So those were two cards that I got. This was another two cards. This person used die cuts, so people were pretty impressed with this one because of the time that it must have taken to glue down all these butterflies and stuff. And then I liked the snowman and how she, or he, because there were some guys there too, use, I guess it's probably Winka Stella to embellish. So I picked up those two cards. I picked up these two cards. These were my wedding colors, so I decided to pick that up because of that. This one I thought was really nice as well. If the other one hadn't won, or I hadn't picked the other one, voted for the other one that happened to win, I would have selected this one. I thought this one was clean and simple, but it was also nice, very elegant. So I got that one. I picked up these two. Got these two. And then this one, they had a pile of leftover cards from other expos that they've done around the country. So, like mine, I had maybe 5 cards left over from my 15. So they were contributed to a pile of extra cards. So they're going to go to the next expo. So if you see one and you like it, you might actually get to get it. So, but that's what happened with this one, is that this was made from another expo and it was in the pile. So this was one that I chose as one of my 15 cards. And you will see, maybe if you're counting right, that I actually have maybe a little bit more than 15 by accident. I like the way that some people put these in protectors. I didn't think about doing that, but I thought that was a nice touch. So I thought these were nice. I love all the autumn cards. There were these ones. I like this one with the foiling. It's a paper that has foiling on it. And then she actually included a recipe, so that was pretty cool. And this one also came with a protector. Here's another one, and I remember this one she had done in the same design but in different colors. But this was one of the ones that was last. It may have been the last one if I remember correctly. And then, last but not least, this was the winning card. So she had put it in a protector. She had used some type of glitter for the flower. Used twine, put a little tag. This is vellum paper, so it makes a nice little mason jar with the flowers. But and this is by Pat. So this was the winner, and it was actually the one that I chose as well. So those were all the cards. And then also they gave us a keepsake bag, latest and greatest, and this is supposed to fit all the cards, so I thought that was a nice little touch to get that little bag. Also with this class, they gave out a free card maker magazine, so this has some nice tips and tricks in here, so that'll be something I'll be looking at. And you also got this designer card kit from Stampin' Up. I am a close to my heart consultant, but I do like Stampin' Up products as well. I haven't used any of them, but I admire some of the products that they have. Like, Close to My Heart does not have a card kit like this where everything you need comes with it. So I'm going to just open it up real quick because I really do think this is kind of cool how it includes everything. The only reason I didn't sign up as a Stampin' Up demonstrator is that their minimums are a bit more than Close to My Heart. I think it's like $300 a month, and for Close to My Heart it's $100 a month or $300 every quarter. So if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but that's what I believe it was. So in this kit comes everything that you need. So there are enough supplies to make 20 cards. There's 20 envelopes. There are 20 card bases, and there's polka dot ones, and then these grid ones. This is a bunch of cardstock die cuts, so you just punch those out, and they have different designs, but they all coordinate together. I think each one is different. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 different ones. And they switched up some of the stuff. Like this, though, they kept the same. This is the same on each one. So a few things are the same, but the others, they added a little bit of variety. In this little bag, you get pop dots and some twine, as well as these little paper clip embellishments. And this part I already put together, but if you've gotten Stampin' Up products before, you would know that their stamps, rubber stamps, come in a little, I don't know if it shows it on here, but it's like a rubber pad, and then you push out the stamps, and then you get a sticker sheet, and then you take off the stickers and you put them on the corresponding stamps. So I don't know if I would like doing that for every stamp that I got. One thing I do like about Close to My Heart is the way that they package their stamps. I do not like Stampin' Up stamps. I do not like that a lot of them are wood stamps and that a lot of them are the rubber, what do you call these? Just the red rubber mounted ones. I like the clear stamps and how they're see-through. But that doesn't mean I don't like the company. There are things about the company and their products that I do like. So it came with 3 stamps. Even comes with a stamp block. And it comes with basic gray ink color that you need. And this is I'm going to assume it's a dye ink. Yeah, it's a water-based dye ink. And there were directions of how to put the stamps together as well. It really does come with everything you need. So I'm excited to make these cards and finally get to try out Stampin' Up's products. Who knows, maybe one day I'll switch over, but like I said, I really love how Close to My Heart stamps are packaged. So that was it for that class. The next class that I took was a Copic class, and I am new to Copics. I have not used Copics. I have a few alcohol markers, not very many. I don't know, I think it's just me. I'm not having good luck with alcohol markers. I'm having a lot better luck with the Zig watercolor markers. But this was the card that we were supposed to be making. And so you get everything that you need to make it. You got to pick out a set of 3 markers that you wanted. So they had the red, they had purple, they had pink, they had some browns. I was thinking about getting browns because I figured if I want to practice with Copic and eventually start using them, because I do a lot of animals from like Lawn Fawn stamps, that those would be more useful. But I ended up deciding to get what I wanted to color the dress with, since that was right there in front of me for me to practice with. So we got these stickers that are from Crazy Creations, and basically it gives you this embossed look, and then you can color inside and on top of the lines and then fussy cut it out. But as you can see, the blending part, I just didn't get. I'm not sure if I was doing it wrong. I mean, I can do a demonstration real quick, and if you are a Copics person, feel free to give me some tips, because as of right now, I am not going to be jumping on the Copics train. So she had showed us how you might lay down your lightest color first, and then you would go down with your dark color and use your light color to blend the two. But I'm not getting any blending. They're not blending together. Maybe because they're too far apart in colors. At least that's what I thought. So I tried doing it another way. Here's the medium one. And then I tried blending the light and the medium. And I see 3 lines. Like, I see the 3 different colors. So please feel free to give me some tips. I just couldn't get it. And then they had us coloring on their glitter paper that they create, that Crazy Creations creates. And that, despite following all the tips that she told me about rubbing off like excess glitter and all that, the glitter ended up coming off on the markers, and then there was patches here where glitter was completely taken off. So it just didn't come out very well at all. So I was kind of disappointed in this class. I was hoping to get a better result, but it may just be one of those things where I need to practice. So otherwise, it did come with all the things I need to make the cards. So I'll probably do a little bit more practice and then maybe put the cards together. But for now, like I said, I'm not going to be on the Copic train. I thought I would have a good experience with the Copics. So the day before I took my class, I ended up getting the colorless blender pen marker because I only saw one. In my search, I saw refills for it, but I actually only saw one booth that had one left. So I know this is one of the ones that you definitely want to have. So I got that. I got the Memento ink because I know that you need to stamp with Memento with alcohol markers and you use StazOn for watercolor markers. And then I had gotten this Copic book, so just like my Zig markers, I can keep track of which Copics I get. So I'm not sure how much use this is going to get. Like I said, if you have any tips, feel free to let me know. I'll probably be looking up some videos and stuff to try practicing. Maybe it's just these colors, maybe even though they're put together as a blending trio, maybe they really just don't go together well, but I would assume that, hopefully you can see that the way that they're blended on the front here is the way that they're supposed to work. So that was that class. The last class that I took was also by Crazy Creations, and this was the Zig Clean Color Real Brush class. So for this class, we got all the materials to make these cards, and we got to pick out a set of 3 Zig markers that we wanted to use. And you obviously can see that these are not the colors that I used, but what I decided to do is I got this set that has light brown blush and I don't know how to pronounce it, OCHRE. Because these are, at least these two, I just got the blush one, but these two I use a lot because these are not refillable. You have to replace them once they're out. I decided to get some that I know I use often so that I can replace them when I need to do so. So I have all of the 80 colors. So I had brought my box. I'm using a Close to My Heart storage container right now. When I ordered the rest of the markers that I didn't have to complete my 80, for some reason, somehow I got 2 of yellow, green, and red. I don't know how I did that. So now on top of those, I have a few other extras. So I'm going to just hang on to those until mine run out. But I had all the colors with me, so I decided to not open the ones that I got, and I decided to create a different color combination. We tried 2 different techniques, actually a couple different techniques. We were coloring first on watercolor paper and blending with the markers, and then using a water brush to further blend the colors. And then the other technique we did is we put the water down on the watercolor paper and then put the markers down, and then add a little bit more water if we needed to do so. So these were the butterflies I ended up making. For the one on the left, the color combo I used, it was one of my favorite color combos with these markers. It's the orange, bright yellow, and yellow. So I used those 3 together. And then for the pink butterflies, I used these 3 colors. Let's see if I can put them in order. Okay. So I used a light pink, pink flamingo, and light carmine. I kind of just put that together at the last minute using the chart that I created or I completed from Jennifer McGuire. So, did I use light pink? I might have used the tea rose. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I think it was the tea rose. So I just looked here and I picked 3 that went were side by side and used those 3 together. I thought the outcome looked pretty nice. So I still need to put those cards together. At least I know those will come out. Okay. Again, we used the stickers from Crazy Creations, and we colored them in, and then I fussy cut them out. And I'm going to go ahead and complete the cards and make this. I did not do the circle. It looks like I have to do circles as well. But anyways, so after this class, I ended up stopping by the Crazy Creations booth to get a few supplies that were being given away during class. I didn't win anything, but after seeing them, I did want them. I did not get their watercolor paper because I knew I had some on the way from Amazon already from Ranger. So I'm going to be trying that out. But I did pick up 2 brushes. The detailer tip, which is a smaller water brush, and then I also got the medium tip, which is the next size up. We used the medium tip in class. So I decided to do that, and then it turns out that the one I have is the exact same brand. This one I think I got through Ranger possibly, but it's the Kuretake brand, and they're all exact, like these 2 right here are exactly the same. Everything's the same, it's just a different color. So now I have 2 of these detailer tips and 1 medium tip. I do plan to get the other 2. I did not get them at the expo because the Crazy Creations booth was out of them and they had the best deal. The other places that I saw them at, they were like $8. So I knew that was way overpriced, so I did not get them from them. But what I also got at the Crazy Creations booth is I picked up one of their watercolor card kits. And normally I wouldn't have picked up this one with the peacock because these colors are so dark. But the sample that they had on display was actually a lot prettier than this. And so my guess is just because of the printing that this came out darker than it really is. I thought that would be really pretty to try out and play with, because typically when I use my Zig markers, I use them like you would use Copics. I use them for blending together. I don't use them with water. So because I like how these butterflies came out, I thought I would go ahead and continue trying this technique. I also picked up their color chart. So they have this available on their website, and I paid $6.99, and it came with both a laminated color chart and a blank watercolor paper color chart. And I think online you can get them separately, and they're about like $6 each or so. So this was a good deal because you got basically two for one. And I was trying to make copies of this on watercolor paper, so in case I messed up I have extras, but that didn't work out too well. So I will be filling this in, and I know the colors will be a little bit more accurate than what's on here, but like I said, because it was like 2 for 1, it made sense just to go ahead and get that, even if the colors are a little bit off. And then with my purchase, I ended up getting a free sticker, so I got to pick out what I wanted. And so I picked out these hot air balloons because I thought these would be really fun to color in and use watercolor with, so I got that. I went to a few other booths to get some things that I had on my wish list or need list. So Heartfelt Creations, I stopped by there because last year I had taken a class by them we'd use this art glitter glue and these tips, and I really liked it. I purchased the art glitter glue, but because at some point I had put a different pen in than what comes with the tip, it ended up rusting and making the glue brown as it was coming out, and it still doesn't seem to work right. Like right now it's not coming out. So I decided to just go ahead and get a new tip to see if that would work out, because they were cheaper than they were online. So I also decided to bite the bullet and get the fuse tool. I know I put up a video about how I created a shaker card using the Close to My Heart flip flaps and just taping it closed, but when I was making another card that I'm going to feature in another video, I realized, especially if I want to make a shaker that's not going to be squared, like something that's going to be more curved, that's when this fuse tool is really going to come in handy. So it was the same price it is online. This is $24.99. That's how much you can get on Amazon. I even saw it at a different booth for about $50, so I knew I was getting the price that it should be, and I think it is overpriced elsewhere, like at Simon Says Stamp and so forth. But because it was the right price, I went ahead and decided to get it, so I am excited to try to use that. I have ordered more Close My Heart flip flaps in both 4x6 and 3x4. I'm still going to use this with that. I don't see a reason not to. So I'm definitely going to have more shaker cards coming up. The last place that I shopped at, and I can't recall the name, but I got Lawn Fawn stamp, and I wasn't originally going to get any at the expo because last year when I went, the booth that I found, actually not last year, when I went to CKC, the booth that had them for buy 3 get 1 free, and I think they had that at the Scrapbook Expo last year as well. But they were buy 3 get 1 free, and after calculating the prices, it wasn't cheaper than it was online. But after walking around, I found another booth that had Lawn Fawn, and their deal was 20% off. So 20% off of the base price makes them just as cheap as they are at scrapbookpal.com. And then they had a deal within the first hour of the Scrapbook Expo that they took an extra 10% off. So I was getting them cheaper. I went ahead and got, went all out and got a bunch that I've been wanting, and some that, I kind of wanted but wasn't ready to take the plunge to purchase them, because they are really an investment. But so I decided first to get the, what is this called, So Jelly one. I got the Will You Be Mine. So this is from last year, but I always thought this was cute for Valentine's Day, so I went ahead and got that. I went ahead and got the alpaca one, the winter alpaca, because ever since I've seen this, I've been seeing alpacas everywhere, and at first I didn't know what one was until Lawn Fawn came out with this stamp. So it's cute, so I had to get that. And then the gingerbread men, the Oh Snap set, I had to get this because in person they were even smaller than I thought they originally were. And it's just so cute. And like at first I didn't, I was trying to think of what cards I could possibly make that aren't going to be sad because his little foot broke off. But I, figured I could just use the one by itself, and I can figure out some way to use him. So I did go ahead and get that. I decided to get the Bah Humbug one with the sheep. Because one, this goes with the Party Animals stamp set, so I also got this one. Because of the way that the animal is designed, they have all of these little pieces that you can mix and match together with all these sets. So I decided to get that, and I also ordered the holiday party animal from scrapbookpal.com. So I have that as well. So now I have all those and they all go together. So that's why I decided to get this. And I thought the sayings were cute with Feliz Navidad and All I Want for Christmas is You and Bah Humbug. So I decided to go ahead and get that. I just showed you this, the Party Animals one. I went ahead and got the Happy Wedding one. Oh, and then for this one they didn't have the die available, so I'm still waiting to get the die that goes along with this. It hasn't been in stock on scrapbookpal.com, and I refuse to pay any more than it's available for on that website. So I'm just waiting for them to get that back in stock so I can get the coordinating die. I got the wedding one because I just love all the handwriting on these, and the champagne, that can be great for a New Year's card as well. So I got that. I also got the winter scripty sayings. I have the regular scripty sayings and I like that one, so I decided to go ahead and get the winter one. And then lastly I got the snowy backdrop. I love how there are stars thrown in to the snow, and then I love the sayings as well. There were a few more that I was looking for. They did not have them in stock. If I had seen them, I probably would have gone all out and gotten them because it was such a great deal. Some of the ones I got, they were the last ones of what they had. I'm not sure why they would have had just one left. I don't know, because I went on Friday and got these. So I don't know if they had been selling any of them on the Thursday before or what was going on, why they would only have one left in stock. So that is that. I really did have a good time at Scrapbook Expo. I did things a little bit differently this year. We had a little bit of excitement on the first day, and you will see a clip of that in this video if you continue to watch. And also at the end of this video I'm going to have a tribute for September 11th, because this Scrapbook Expo was on the 11th and 12th, and because we were so close to New York, my husband and I ended up making a spontaneous trip to New York City to see the memorial. So I will have footage of that at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around for that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to leave any questions if you have any. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Alright, see you guys. Bye.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see